Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March National Forage GIS team meeting. I'll go ahead and start off by presenting our agenda for tonight. So for tonight's meeting, Arjun unfortunately could not be here. Whoever would like to be the next facilitator for the next meeting can take notes. Do we have any volunteers?
I think California can do it.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. All right. And then we'll start with an icebreaker. We're already doing the agenda overview. We'll get to state updates. We have a presentation from Mr. Fitzpatrick on a new GIS software. We will discuss the Ezra User Conference, revving July 12th, and then we'll be talking about the Food Security App Award, and then we'll wrap up with the 4-H pledge. It's an interesting article someone's put down here. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with an icebreaker. Okay, so this is an exercise called color text. Color text is a mind puzzle that is commonly used in middle schools and whatnot to teach kids the idea of different types of cognizance. Cognizance. But the idea is simple. You go through each word and you say the color of the word rather than the actual word. It's very, very difficult, but the idea is that you time yourself. So what we're going to do for icebreaker tonight is I'm going to time y'all on my watch, and y'all are going to try and read off the words successfully. And if you are unsuccessful, you start over. And don't worry, fortunately, the way the website works, if you refresh it, it will generate a new list. Like if I just do that, there's a new list right there. So who wants to go first?
Sure.
All right, let me just make sure stopwatch is set up. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Gray, red, purple, green, red, blue, white, red, white, yellow, gray, blue, green, orange, green, pink, white, purple, green, orange, gray, green, red, purple, red, orange, white, blue, pink, red, green, pink, red, white, green, pink, purple, yellow, orange, gray, purple, red, purple, white, pink, green, blue.
You have to start over. That one was gray.
Uh, wait, what?
Yeah, you said green instead of gray. All right, keep going.
It looked green. Okay. Yellow, red, green, blue, green, white, gray, blue, red, gray, blue, purple, orange, yellow, gray, white, red, white, purple, blue, gray, purple, red, blue, green, purple, blue, red, blue, gray, green, white, purple, red, blue, yellow, white, yellow, gray, green, pink, white, red, green, purple, green, white, gray, yellow, gray, white, red, white, orange, gray, red, green, red, blue, pink, white, yellow, gray, purple, pink, yellow.
Okay, it was like 2 minutes. Good job, Ben. All right,
I don't feel like that's good, but we'll see.
all
That
right.
was hard to even follow in my head.
That is challenging for sure.
All right,
That's brain scrambling.
would someone else like to try?
Go for it, Charlie.
Oh, come on, Mr. Charlie.
No, well, but you can pass me by when I get one of them wrong. So,
Okay,
and
fine.
yeah,
You get one pass.
yeah, I I'm easily stumped.
Okay.
Yellow. So is this what I'm going to start with?
Yeah, this
Okay,
is gonna this is
now you're doing it.
okay.
All right.
Ready, set, go.
Pink, green, gray, purple, green, red, green. I think yellow, um, pink, gray, blue, purple, orange, red, gray, yellow, pink. Yeah, this is all
Okay,
that's
okay,
as far
okay.
as I'm gonna go because it's just
Okay.
going from bad to worse.
Good try though, Mr. Fitzpatrick. Anyone else want to try before we move on to state updates?
Come on, Shasharika.
I
Okay,
think
I can.
Esther ought to give it a shot too.
Well, let's let the youth go first.
Okay.
All right. All right. Sasarika, you want to try?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Pink, orange, purple, white, orange, blue, red, white, green, purple, yellow, gray, purple, yellow, white, green, red, pink, white, blue, red, gray, green, yellow, orange, gray, blue, pink, um, gray, pink, gray, red, yellow, pink, white, blue, purple, red, orange, green, yellow, pink, blue, purple, red, orange, green, yellow, orange, purple, green, red, pink, gray, green, blue, white, yellow, purple, yellow, white, pink, orange, yellow, white, pink, white, gray,
Uh,
purple. Oh,
Hold on. I think you may need to restart. I think you went
okay.
off there.
No,
Hold on. Actually, you
this
know what? No. Yeah, let's not abuse this game anymore.
Okay.
This
But that was a
reminds me-
good try.
Okay.
Yeah. you did an excellent job. This
Yeah.
reminds me of a color author that we used to work with that reminded us that different people see different colors differently. So when you are developing your maps, keep that in mind, that some people, and they might not even know they're colorblind, but keep in mind that the colors you choose might impact how the viewer will receive your message.
That is
Very
why
interesting study.
this is why color theory
Didn't
is such
Esri
important.
do something to like? I feel like I've seen a
So
tool.
Pro has a option to where you can view what a map would look like for people with different types of color blindness.
Okay, that's what it is. I felt like I had seen a tool that was just to kind of help you be aware of how your map could be perceived. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to state updates then. And Sasarika, if you want to edit this directly in the document, I can go ahead and give you editing permissions.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
can do that.
All right. All right. Now you should have editing permissions. All
Okay.
right. California.
Okay,
Well,
I'll
actually,
just say it and then I'll type that after. But basically, what we're doing is, so in the beginning, we already did have like a small team, and now, like Puni, obviously he's a senior, so he's kind of going into college, and so we started creating a club in our high schools, so that we could start to get more people involved, and we actually have one person that's interested, and so we're trying to get into the process of like she does have some background knowledge a couple years ago though, so we're trying to teach her a little bit and we're trying to get her enrolled into our like 4-H club right now. So that's going to be like what we're working on right now. Like as of now.
very cool. All right. I don't see Iowa on the meeting. Yeah, okay. Uh, Massachusetts is not on. New York, I don't see on. North Carolina then. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and say that Fuquay's GIS Club had a very successful virtual meeting today. We were able to get two of our members started on some new maps for the North Carolina GIS competition. And they will be working on that over the course of the next month or so. Jonathan Squires, who is one of our members, he will be doing a map on water pollution in Wake County, and it's going to be a continuation of a previous map we did. And then George, who's another member, he is going to be doing a map on brownlands in North Carolina. So brownlands are federally designated zones that are designated to not be able to work on or like have construction on because of like hazardous waste. And so he's going to be doing some stuff on that. We'll see exactly where that project goes. We're going to do some proximity analysis. We'll just see where it goes. And then for the Wake County team, we have got our 4-H Arbor Day event coming up, which we covered at the last meeting. And then let's see, is that going to be? I think it's going to be on the 16th.
Talk about yours and Jonathan's projects.
Oh yeah. So for my project, for the North Carolina GIS competition, I'm going to be doing sort of a milestone point in my GIS internship, where I'm going to be showcasing what data we have right now on farms in Wake County, where they are, and some stuff on proximity, what kind of crops are where. And yeah, so I'm gonna be working on that. And then Jonathan Stroop, my vice president of the club, he's currently doing a map on damaged dangerous bridges in North Carolina and how much lack of infrastructure there is in certain areas on bridges in Wake County. And then yeah, for Wake County, we've got our Arbor Day event coming up. Anything else, Dr. Ray?
So, and then Arjun is working, he's still doing we're doing our next round of food security survey work. Understanding how folks are utilizing the food resources we have here in the county. He's also working on a project with some flight data. He's also working on a project doing some photogrammetry work, and I feel like there's maybe one more. And then you talked about the Arbor Day project last time, right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, so we'll have 9 maps, 3 for each of the county parks where we're doing some tree planting. And that we have another meeting with one of the park leads tomorrow. And then the event is actually on March 16th. So if anybody wants to come here and help plant trees, you're welcome to come join us on on Saturday, March 16th from 10 to 12 at one of our parks.
Yeah, and Dr. Ray, I did send out the email. I don't know if you saw that. I'm not sure if Miss Lusher has forwarded that yet, but we'll see. That is, I believe, all on our end. And then, I don't see North Dakota on. South Carolina, Mr. Moore, do you have any updates?
Tom Tate gave me some excellent contacts, and I'm going to follow up with him. No word on the grant from USDA on updating the food locations throughout South Carolina. They're about 4 or 5 years old, and they need to be updated. And there's going to be a grant that's supposedly already in the works. Supposedly it's going to be approved, but it hasn't been formally approved yet. And I've talked with Nikki Siebert Kelly. She's in Greenville and she's a consultant. And through Nikki, she said there's a possibility for 4-H to participate in that grant. Not receive the grant money, but participate in the food locations, doing the GIS. So that grant is it's really a good roadway, to do something that'll be appreciated, it's tied right in with the state. So, at the state level. So that's pretty key to the whole thing. And in the meantime, Tom's given me some great contacts. I'm going to follow up with those. I'm texting back and forth with people right now. But that's it. So that's all I got.
And then Tennessee.
Yeah, so we got a state competition and it'll be wrapping up here in the next month or so. And we're looking forward to the submissions and getting into the process of building back Team Tennessee for appearance this year at San Diego.
Awesome. All right then. So now that leaves us with a presentation from Mr. Fitzpatrick. Take it away, sir. It seems we have a new GIS software.
Well, it depends on how you think about new. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And if you were at the Esri conference in the summer last year, let me see, where am I going to put that? I'm going to put that down here. All right. You saw 3 students, rising 6th graders, present a tool. But this tool is a really powerful tool for exploring all kinds of fun content. And thinking even beyond that, because MapMaker is one instance of a particular instant application. So if you go to esri.com/mapmaker, what you'll see is this page that describes the project that we have underway with National Geographic to create a starting tool for people to learn about maps. And it's a simple little tool because it says, I'm going to give you, this is your toolbar down here. And hopefully my Zoom tools aren't in the way there. The whole notion of this tool is that you've got a lot of capacity built in. First of all, you've got a digital atlas. And when I came to Esri in the late Pleistocene, there was one tool that I wanted, and it was a tool that did this, that it would just switch back and forth between 2D and 3D. I really wanted that tool to be able to see things from a less exaggerated point of view. And it's really a great tool that way. But this tool is also designed to enable you, first of all, it's got standard opportunity to swap your base maps, but it has built into it a bank of projects. Now these or maps, call them maps. I gotta slide these out of the way. And you probably noticed as you were working with ArcGIS Online that there was an update just last week. And so you're getting alerts about this has been updated, that's been updated. And this Atlas template from which was born the MapMaker tool received a set of updates as well. But you can open maps and you can search for maps. I want to search for, let's say, ethnicity in the United States. Bang, zoom, you click on it, there it is. And if you want to see it in 3D, it'll say, I can show that to you in 3D. And so there, you got a set of built-in capacities. This, this project has one layer, and you can see the legend for it, or you can play with the layer and say, well, the swipe tool is grayed out here. There's really only one layer, and it's a particular kind of a layer, so it doesn't enable swiping, but it does enable transparency. So you can play with these things and have a really interesting kind of initial map experience. You can even add layers because many of the layers that are part of projects or maps are also here just as individual layers that you can add in to your heart's content, depending on what you're looking at. So you get to see a variety of information in this map. And if you decide, yeah, you know what, I just want to turn off the latitude, longitude lines, you can turn them off and turn them back on. You can even just say, I just want to remove it and get back to the original ethnicity layer. And there are, as I was describing, there are a set of built-in maps. There are quite a number of them because National Geographic has some explorers that are out there and doing some exploration. And this is a tool that they want the explorers to be working with. So there are some real-time things, there are some historic things, there are some physical geography, there's some human geography kinds of things. And if you decide that you want to build a map from scratch, you can just say, I want to just refresh the map, get it from scratch, and just start building with the layers that you're interested in. And so this is actually a really interesting tool. You've got Sketch, you've got Measure that are very powerful tools, bookmarks to enable you to maneuver between places, between different map extents. And in this latest iteration, actually, let me go back to the ethnicity map because I believe that one has a set of bookmarks built into it. I can tell that because of this blue dot. And so I can go out and visit Hawaii and I can flip it to 3D and the bookmarks are still going to work in 2D or in 3D. And so you can go in and play with your world and see different areas in different ways. So this tool is being built up slowly but surely, becoming more and more powerful with each passing update. And it gets 3, 4, 5 updates during the year, and little tinkering ones in between. So, oh, hey, here's a save button. Gosh, I can export to PDF. I can do a screenshot. I can sign in and save to my organization account. Now, this is designed for use with the school bundle that is also available to clubs. And so there's a lot of capacity for getting people to understand how to think with a map. So this is one of the reasons that I just love this tool. Is it's a very easy tool to use. When I was working with these 3 students, getting them ready, I said, how long did it take you guys to get comfortable with it? And they screwed up their faces and said, Charlie, that's a dumb question. A minute? And so it's a really easy tool for people to get started with. Now you'll see that sometimes the tools don't all show. So here's the sketch layer, the sketch tool available in 2D. Sketch tool is not available to create sketches in 3D yet. But if I create one in 2D, it will stick around when I go into 3D, so that you can display and get the, well, I think I may have not ended that one properly. So anyway, you can practice within this and explore to your heart's content. There are a number of really cool capacities that are built into this. And so as you're thinking about this, you say, okay, great. How do we modify this? Well, MapMaker is a creation by National Geographic and Esri. You can't modify MapMaker, but we're using the instant app template called Atlas. So you can create your own Atlas. You do that by, let me slide this guy the other way here. You do that by creating a group. Here I am in a group. I'm working with a group of Defense Department school kids and educators in Vermont. And so they've worked with me, and we've created a set of layers, a map, and a little item in here, and we've created an atlas. Now, does this look pretty much like MapMaker? It is. Well, no, it's not. It's the Atlas template. We built it with one map in here, and there's Vermont. And it opens up with a bank of layers that are turned off and out of scale for visibility right now. But if we go zoom in, some of them will start being able to show. So the whole idea of this tool is that you've got a template that you can share with other people if you want them to play with a nice, small, defined universe. All you have to do is create a group, populate that group with the things that you want, and then when you are working in that group, you can then say, I want to create an instant app. And it'll say, okay, we can do that. Which template would you like to use to create your app? And in this case, hey, just go for the Atlas template. So this is a tool that if you guys want to introduce people to mapping as a whole, the National Geographic Map Maker is a really nice, slick tool with which to do that. If you decide that you would rather create an atlas that people can go in and manipulate within a very sort of a bumper cars universe, there's only so much data that you get built in it. There are only so many tools, but within that, you can do whatever you want. And that's a way that you can be generating some content for people to move around with. I'm just going to refresh it again and say, you can be thinking about creating one that looks at, well, heck, maybe if you get people coming from 50 states, you can create your map like this so you can see Hawaii and Alaska. You can even see Puerto Rico over here. And being able to explore like this, to design the user experience, you can then perhaps write a document for people to follow or make some suggestions, try these elements, swap your base maps from the standard one to the, let's try the 3D buildings one. I'm going to zoom down into some odd little town here. And let's just look inside of Redlands and see some buildings. Oh, there's Esri. And sure enough, there are the buildings that make up the campus. So you've got some capacity within this tool to do some pretty neat things. Save some bookmarks, save some projects, save some maps that you can then use to create an atlas to share with other people. So that was what I was really interested in seeing if you guys are interested in taking advantage of it, thinking about what it is that you want to share, how you want to share it, how you want people to interact with it. So I'll stop there.
So Charlie, when if you wanted to create your own web app in the Atlas template,
Mm-hmm.
does it automatically provide all the different base map swaps, or do you have to put that in there?
It
And
will
then
put,
how do you build in the bookmarks? Those are my three questions.
yeah, so you'll see in this Vermont one, we've got a set of layers. We've got an app. Let's view all of the group content. I've got a layer, layer, layer. There's the app. There's just an image. Layer, layer. Ooh, there's the map. So out of these layers, we have created a map. And the maps that are in your group are the maps that are available to your Atlas template. So what some people do is create a set of maps, and that's it. They've got a set of maps for people to explore, no special layers or anything like that. Other people say, we're going to give you a set of layers, no maps, because we want you to build your own sandwich. And other people say, we're going to give you some maps, some pre-constructed maps and some pre-constructed layers so that you can do some mix and match. So it's a very flexible tool, and it really causes you to say, we need to think about what it is that we want to have the user experience be. So it's a really cool tool for getting some content in a bumper cars experience to some people to play with. Now, if you were thinking about um, where's the food, and okay, we might want counties, and we might want population, and we might want census tracts, and we might want stores and a few other things. You could build a map with a couple of layers and then have some left over to be added in. But you can design something and then give somebody the address to your application, which is your own custom application. So here's where is this is what let's see. I'm just going to close this one that we were making. And here's the Atlas template. Sorry, here's the Atlas map that our Vermont team was working with. And you can see the app ID is identifying this particular application. When I look at MapMaker, it's a different app ID because all it is say, open this creation using the Atlas template. It's really elegant.
And then my second part of that question was the bookmarks. How do you add bookmarks?
When you're building the map, you just create some bookmarks. You just go in and say, okay, I'm gonna create, because the map you build in Map Viewer and you create your bookmarks, and they are saved with the map.
Nice.
Yeah,
That is amazing, Mr. Fitzpatrick.
it's a really very effective tool. Having just launched it in the user conference of last year, we've hit the 500,000 number of views of the MapMaker application since then.
Amazing. That is amazing. I could see like how many applications that could be used for.
Yeah.
I just think, and like I'm thinking about as a GIS club president, like how many like people we could bring this to and say, hey, try out GIS. And like, because when I tell my friends about GIS, they're like, okay, but what is it? You know, I mean, even though I've already told them. So to actually have something that like I could give and say, hey, play with this for 30 minutes. I think that would give them a more well-rounded understanding than just uh, telling them what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to throw into the chat 2 URLs. The first one is the MapMaker address. The second one is the movie of the students who were up on stage in front of, by that time, it was down to about 10,000 people. And
Sorry, I just realized I'm off mute. Down to about 10,000.
it was down to about 10,000. Yep. They were, they had a good time with it. And it's actually a good introduction when I'm working with a set of teachers and say, I want to show you this. You've never seen MapMaker. Let me just show you these students playing with it. And then they watch the movie for 7 minutes and they say, okay, Get out of my way. Let me play.
So that is amazing. Okay, well, that is a good resource, and I'll keep that in the back of my head and pull that up when I need to. All right, so we have about 13 minutes left, so let's go ahead and talk about the Azure User Conference then.
And actually, Charlie, since you're still here, you want to give us the quick infomercial?
Sure. The Education User Conference is Saturday, Sunday, plus Monday, Tuesday of the main event. And this year it is a week later in July. So it's in the past been butting right up against the 4th of July. And now the days have shifted around enough so that we are starting the education conference Saturday, July 13. So Saturday, Sunday in the Marriott, Monday, Tuesday in the main San Diego Convention Center. My expectation this year, because of some of the things that I've been picking up just in hearing people, is that there will be more people at the event this year, which is always exciting. We typically have somewhere in the 500-600 zone for the education conference, and I will be surprised if we don't go a chunk over the 600 mark. I think, especially because we have made the decision corporately for the last several years to make that a $0 registration for adults attached to an ArcGIS school bundle. So adults can attend at no cost, and the students, because of the need to do a special registration anyway with minors, we can get that done. But it's we are expecting, last year we hit about 18,000 people in the main event with about 2,000 Esri employees. And so this year we're expecting to top 20,000 in the main event, just in terms of participants. So other than that, I'm in the process right now of working with the folks at the in the event management space. We will have, similar to last year, 2 parallel walls in the youth community mapping zone. And I'm hoping that the 4-H team will be ready, willing, and able to occupy one face of one of those walls with a set of maps. And then we'll have the SAG Award winners and competition events, and a couple of other things that will be up on the other 3 sides. But I would love to see a full-on side of one of those walls allocated to 4-H. So is there any interest in that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've already been
Okay.
talking about that. I think it's even in our notes here.
Okay.
Very much so.
Preparing
Very much so.
for maps. I did have a question.
Mhm.
And so I feel like we try to get to, whenever we do our panel selection for our print maps, we typically try to guess where the youth community mapping panels will be. And we never do very well at guessing.
Yeah,
Wondering if you'll know in advance. And
so the zone that is represented with that overhead banner that says Youth Community Mapping Zone or something like that is going to be in roughly the same space. It's sort of in a corner zone, and the last drawing that I saw was it would be similar to last year.
Okay.
When it's designed, they kind of have to shuffle things around all the time. There's always the keynotes that are in the center of the spaces, and then they sort of move their way out from there. And special exhibits go off into corners and edges and things like that, so that the users sort of ring the um, the central core special exhibits.
So one other question. So I did note last year that a lot more people were doing digital, like they were doing story maps. Um, and I'm wondering, is that a way we should be thinking? How should we be thinking about what we make?
You could do whatever you like, but I would encourage QR codes to whatever it is that you're producing. So that if somebody looks at this and says, and part of what I have loved about this is that people come up and look at these things, and I've got pictures of people standing and looking and pointing and talking with their friends and talking with somebody they just met, at looking at the maps. And it's that's the time where a good QR code that is clear, like this map, play with this map, play with this story map, play with this atlas template, gadget, whatever it is. You can give people a good link to that. We'll have a URL for the or two or three, and a little bit of description on the wall. And this is again going to be the same sort of three large, it's like 7 feet tall panels, maybe even taller than that are each 1 meter wide. And so you got a lot of space. And I would recommend, I'm happy to print 11 by 17s if you arrange some. And I think what you guys did last year with having some vertical and some landscape style gave it a nice sort of creative experience.
Sorry, we didn't follow directions very
Hey,
well.
I think it looked cool.
Good, good. Yeah. So well that's very helpful. I don't have any other questions. Does anybody else have questions though? I would love to hear. So Shasharika got to go last year, and I know had a great time. Arjun, who's not here tonight, was able to go last year as well and had a great time. But do you all have any other questions while Mr. Fitzpatrick is here?
Yeah, I was at the 2022 user conference, and there were some great information sessions at the education summit then. Do you know what kind of information sessions will be there this time? Because I know they had some stuff on arcade and all that. And
There will be, for the Ed Summit, there will be hands-on tech
Okay.
sessions. There will be user presentation sessions. There will be Esri tech sort of presentation sessions and plenary sessions all in the education summit. I haven't seen the list. I wasn't involved in that part this year. So it's still a surprise. They're getting close to, because it's March and they release it in March, they're getting close to releasing the agenda, the schedule. They don't, for some reason, they don't like to alert people that, yes, you're in, without saying, okay, you're in and here's your slot and things like that. So they release everything. It's like a big snowfall. It's like a 12-inch snowfall that comes down as a pillow and it just descends on top of people and whoomp. And there you go. Everybody
you.
gets it.
Thank you.
Thomas, this is Tom. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Tom.
I heard Esther in the beginning of the evening say that there's some tremendous visibility was given to a group in California working for food mapping. And I'm wondering if Esther, if she's still online, if not, that Sassy and Esther could get together on who that was and maybe reach out to them to see if we might recruit them as a partner in our effort in California. Esther, are you still online by any chance?
She put in the chat box that she is going to try to find the article.
Okay. So that, but
I'll make
that's what Sasi, and if Esther could connect on who that group is in California that she said she had received high visibility for doing mapping work like we are doing, that they would be a great partner for Team California to work with. Don't you think?
Okay. Yeah. I'll work.
All right. Yeah, that'll be exciting. So just a few more notes on the conference. We are planning to arrive on July 12th. So that'll be the day before. And that's important because once things get kicked off that morning, they just rock and roll, starting all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then right into all day Monday and all day Tuesday. We 100% lucked out this year, and we have a block of rooms at the Marriott Marquis San Diego Marina. So this is the hotel where the Esri Education Summit takes place. So no trolleys, no, like we're going to need to find you're going to need to find opportunities to go get some walking in, because we'll definitely want to be walking some around San Diego. But
We could just go down to La Jolla.
yeah, that's right.
That's all we
That's
can
right.
do.
There are plenty of opportunities to get some walking in, but we'll be staying right there. I will say that we need to have all of our rooms planned out by the end of April because we have to book. We have a booking deadline in early May that if we don't get it, we lose those rooms. So it's really important that we stay on top of this. Whether you are attending or not, there is an expectation that you will have your map hanging, or at least submitted to, hang in the map gallery. So we will have plenty of representatives there to get all the maps up and go through all the the logistics for that. But everyone on the team is expected to do a print map. I will say that I have reached back out to GIS Corps again to see if they will be willing to set up those consultation sessions with each of you to walk through making your maps on point. And so you do not have to do a story map. If you're doing a state competition, though, you're already doing a story map. So all you need to do then is take your story map and put it into the poster format. And then, as Mr. Fitzpatrick was recommending, putting that QR code down there on your poster that takes them to your live story map is the goal. And so I am really hoping that many of you will be able to attend. I've already heard from a few of you, that maybe there are some conflicts. I am going to put out a poll to the whole group because I know many are not here tonight to gauge who's planning on going so we can start pairing up for room assignments, getting all the paperwork completed, and those kinds of things. So just know that that's going to be coming. Don't ignore that email. I'll need you to respond and get me that information. Any questions at this point? Just questions. We're kind of out of time, but if there's a pressing question about the education summit, let me know.
Tom, one question for Brock. Congratulations on pulling together the state fair mapping tool where we could all make a lot of additions to it. Congratulations on that. And the question is, when might we be able to see a map that would show the postings that have been made to the Survey 123 state fair map?
Well, I am glad to say that during this month of March, I am going to be able to have quite a bit of free time. So in addition to working on my current GIS projects, I will probably be able to take some time to update the dashboard as we speak and hopefully make it more quality. And then once we have some general data from the survey 1, 2, 3, like a good chunk of data, I think that I can make a map out of that. And in addition to another map I'm considering submitting for the conference that I'm already going to be submitting for the North NC GIS competition, I think that I could also submit that and look at, okay, what is so interesting about these state fairs across the US. But we'll see what time allows for. But hopefully I'll be able to put something together.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the other point was that all these wonderful maps that will be going to San Diego, if they're good enough to be at an international user conference, they ought to be good enough to be at a state fair, don't you think?
I absolutely agree.
And so this data that we're collecting about our state fair opportunities, the dates and locations, the key point I understand is that the state 4-H office has the authority to request exhibit space at a state fair. And we need to put on our action list, if we want to exhibit at a state fair this year, that we need to reach out and have our state 4-H office secure a location with the state fair organizer where that map could be exhibited, or maps.
Okay.
So that's something that we probably might want to think about adding to our state fair mapping tool for our survey 123 is who is that point of contact in the state 4-H office that's kind of the go-to person on 4-H exhibit space at the state fair.
I agree. And with the entries, we can probably look at who that would be, and then we can probably try and make sure that we are finishing this map promptly enough to where that we know how soon we need to act.
Good, great. Thank you so much. Great job.
So one final note there on the agenda is that we did go in with an organization that applied for some USDA funding, and don't know exactly what we've agreed to yet, other than that we're going to play nicely. But I wanted to share a video from their project that was awarded. So it's about 3 minutes, so we'll be finished here in just a few minutes. But I'm going to share this video, share sound.
34 million. That's how many Americans are experiencing food insecurity. Approximately 2/3 live in food deserts. In food deserts, industrially produced foods, made cheap, convenient, and tempting, have become the only affordable option. Meanwhile, convenience stores and fast food franchises crowd out small businesses selling locally grown and prepared fresh food. This depresses local business potential and communal wealth generation. Food deserts rob people of their health and well-being, causing obesity and diabetes, while increasing healthcare costs. Industrially produced foods generate plastic pollution and greenhouse gas emissions, causing further harm to communities.
For many, many people around the country, especially those who live in food deserts, people are stuck eating what's available. And what's available is junk food. It's tasty, it's convenient, it's designed to be that way, it's cheap, it's shelf stable, but it's really unhealthy for people, and we're starting to really see the long-term effects of this problem. We're seeing rising rates of cardiometabolic diseases in our whole population, but especially people with lower incomes.
Key to solving the problem of food deserts is connecting small business owners and entrepreneurs in these communities to the resources they need to sell more locally grown and prepared fresh food. Enter Nourish, an AI-powered platform and app capable of assisting users in making connections and finding the resources they need to launch and grow their local food business. Nourish lowers technical, regulatory, and financial barriers by helping users secure capital and supplies, navigate convoluted regulations, and find a competitive advantage in their local markets. The Nourish platform maps public data, creating a comprehensive roadmap for users to find and fund their local, sustainable, community-driven business. Nourish has food-specific knowledge, including food types, prices, convenience factors, as well as access to local suppliers and other food venues. Nourish goes even further, offering an easy-to-use conversational interface capable of recommending areas with high business opportunity. Nourish also provides information on community food preferences and cultural flavors and staples, so businesses can tailor food options to their community's wants and needs. With a business plan in mind, users can find and connect with investors and nonprofits and easily understand regulatory requirements, so they can start and scale their small business. Nourish even provides users with a range of financing options, connecting them to the right financial resources. By lowering technical, regulatory, and financial barriers, the Nourish platform enables small businesses to flourish, uplifting local cultures and their diverse cuisines.
Nourish is an advanced computer science initiative that is designed to use the best of artificial intelligence and geospatial modeling to try to address food insecurity across the country.
Nourish improves the health of community members, builds local wealth, and empowers the residents of food deserts to independently transform their communities into food oases. To learn more about Nourish, visit our website. 34 million.
Did you want to watch it again? It was starting over. So I'm sure we'll plan on having Dr. Laura come and present to us at some point in the near future and talk about different ways that she envisions us being a part of this project. But I did want to share that announcement that we were part of a successful project, or so part of a successful proposal. So pretty excited.
We're in. We're in.
That's right. We're in.
All right. This has been a
That's
great
all.
meeting.
That's all, Brock.
Good. Well, the 4-H pledge.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This has been a great meeting. Let's close with our pledge, and I'll lead. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. That is all. Thank y'all.
All right, I'll stop the recording now. Thank you. Great job tonight, Brock.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Charlie.